What if I told you that love isn't supposed to hurt like this? That a relationship isn't meant to feel like walking through a minefield, always bracing for the next explosion? That love isn't supposed to feel like fear, but for many, it does. Welcome to the dark reality of toxic relationships. This isn't just about heartbreak. It's about the slow erosion of your identity, your confidence, your sense of safety. And today, we are going to expose it fully, and most importantly, show you how to reclaim your power. But before we go any further, take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Why? Because here we go beyond surface level advice. We break down human behavior, psychology, and emotional mastery so that you can build a character so strong, so unshakably grounded that no manipulation can break you. You're not just learning how to survive toxic love, you're learning how to become unbreakable. Now, let's dive deeper. At the surface, toxic relationships often look normal, charming even. That's the terrifying part. They don't start with control or abuse. They start with intensity, passion, attention. You feel chosen, special, and that's what makes it so hard to see the storm coming. You're love-bombed, constant texts, compliments, promises. It's not a red flag, it's a red carpet rolled out just for you. But slowly, the shifts begin. It's subtle at first. You're asked to change, just a little. What you wear, who you hang out with, how often you reply. You're told, it's just because I care. So you give in, you accommodate, you start bending. Then comes the guilt. You begin to feel responsible for their emotions. When they're upset, it's your fault. When they withdraw, it's your punishment. And when you question it, they flip the script. You're being dramatic. Stop overthinking. No one else would put up with you. Gaslighting. You begin to second guess your own memories, your own emotions. You start apologizing for things you didn't do. You walk on eggshells, trying not to set them off. And somehow, they always end up the victim. Here's the truth. Toxic relationships don't just hurt, they change you. They make you smaller, softer, quieter. They make you forget the sound of your own voice. Let me ask you something personal. When's the last time you felt like yourself? Not the you who's trying to keep them happy. The real you. The one that used to dream big, laugh freely, speak boldly. When did you last feel safe, just being you? You see, toxicity isn't just emotional turbulence. It's psychological warfare, and it thrives in confusion, isolation, fear. The longer you stay, the more it convinces you that there's no way out, that this is love, that this is all you're worthy of. But that's a lie. You were never too much. You were never not enough. You were just with someone who couldn't handle your light. Step 1. Identify the patterns. Look past the surface and notice the themes. Control, jealousy, unpredictable anger, subtle criticism, guilt trips. Pay attention to how you feel after every interaction, not just what they say. If you're constantly anxious, constantly walking on edge, constantly managing their emotions while ignoring yours, this isn't love, it's control. Step 2, validate your reality. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this. You are not the problem. If someone's behavior consistently makes you feel unsafe, unloved, or confused, it's toxic, period. Step 3, rebuild your inner world. This is the real work, the hardest part, because even after you leave, their voice echoes in your mind. You'll never find someone else. You're broken. You're too much. That's where we come in. Subscribe and follow this journey because we're going to show you how to rebuild from the inside out. We'll teach you the strategies to heal trauma, reprogram limiting beliefs, and cultivate the habits that form an unbreakable core. You'll learn how to set ironclad boundaries without guilt, how to develop unshakable self-worth, how to walk into any room and never question your value again. But first, let's talk about something most people miss: the emotional toll of staying in a toxic relationship. This isn't just stress, this is trauma. And trauma doesn't just go away, it lodges in your nervous system. It becomes hypervigilance, insomnia, depression, anxiety. You start preparing for betrayal in every new relationship. Your body forgets how to relax. Your heart forgets how to trust. Your soul forgets what peace feels like. And the scariest part? You start thinking this is normal. But it's not. Healthy love feels like ease. It feels like freedom, not fear. It nurtures growth, not guilt. It empowers, not erases. And you can have that. But first, you need to break free. How? Start setting boundaries, not just with them, but with yourself. Boundaries like, I will not tolerate being dismissed. I will not shrink to be loved. I will not stay silent to keep the peace. Then build a support system. People who remind you of who you were before the damage. People who speak life into your healing. And most of all, prioritize your own voice. Start journaling. Start walking in nature. Start going to therapy if you can. Because healing doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. And if you've made it this far into the video, know this: you are not alone. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are waking up.
So here's what I want you to do now. Comment below with one phrase: I choose peace. Let that be your declaration. Let it be your reminder. Let it be the spark that starts your new chapter. And if this message resonated with you, if you saw your story reflected in any part of this, hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, we're going to give you real psychological strategies to rewire your identity, raise your standards, and become emotionally untouchable. This isn't the end, this is your beginning. Because the most dangerous person in the world is the one who finally remembers their worth. And your story is just getting started.